Australia's property market is hot at the moment, very hot. And while buyers struggle to find affordable places to call home, the same can be said for renters. Here's why.
Getting a bit beyond the joke, really.
And we just want a home to call our own.
So when there's that much competition, it's basically almost like a lottery.
I kind of feel like we're not good enough to have a home.
It's the real estate crunch that's leaving families out in the cold.
I do class us as homeless.
And right now we're in the grips of a rental crisis across the country.
When they're less than 1%, that's pretty much no vacancy rate at all.
I was assuming that it'd be like a week or two, maybe a month at most.
Darian Doughty and Tiana Graff are on the hunt for a new home after leaving their previous rental.
Just because we were wanting a bigger place and a bigger space for the dogs.
They gave 4 weeks' notice to their previous landlord and assumed they'd easily find another rental on the Gold Coast in that time.
When that didn't happen, we were a bit like, oh, okay.
Now they've been without a home for nearly 8 months.
Every night we'll have a look and we'll register for inspections. But a lot of the time I'll register for, say, like 4 or 5 inspections, and out of those 4 or 5 houses, I might actually get to inspect one of the places.
The couple says they have good references and full-time jobs, but have now applied for more than 60 properties and keep getting rejected.
We go to inspections and there's 20, 30, 40 people lined up down the street.
They've tripled the amount of people that we're getting inquiring on the homes.
Jessica Melling is a property manager with LJ Hooker. She also runs a social media account, Rent with Jess, giving hopeful tenants tips to secure properties.
We're seeing on average between 20 to 50 applications.
That's compared to 3 to 4 applications per property a year ago.
There definitely is just not enough rental stock at the end of the day, and there are prices that are increasing. Her tips are to make sure you've completed your application profile before attending the open home, and always try and make the first open, as there's no guarantee there'll be a second. As for the mistakes people make, Lying about their income is probably a really big one, but I believe that people are doing not because they want to be malicious, it's just because they're desperate.
Sarah Mills is one mother who is becoming desperate. The single mother of 3 autistic children has been living on friends' couches and in hotel rooms for the past 6 months.
It's hard when you don't have an answer. You know, we've applied for probably over 150 properties now.
She's been looking for a 3-bedroom home in the New South Wales regional town of Coffs Harbour, but believes holidaymakers and those who can now work remote have swallowed up all available homes.
When we packed away all of our things, I didn't anticipate that 6.5 months later we would still be doing this.
Currently, Coffs Harbour has a vacancy rate of just 0.5%, one of the smallest in the country.
You've got people that are doing the right thing, can afford rent, and are really just now struggling.
I think we were in a housing crisis when people can't get properties or can't find a place to make their home.
Penny Carr is the CEO of Tenants Queensland. She says the tight market is leaving more people homeless in both capital cities and regional towns.
Because also in a tight market, it brings out, whilst there's lots of good agents around, it also brings out very poor behaviour.
Agents generally believe a stable rental market sits at 3% vacancy. The latest data shows Sydney and Melbourne have plenty of stock, but the rest of the country doesn't fare as well. Brisbane is at 1.5% vacancy, while Adelaide, Perth, Hobart and Canberra have all fallen below 1%. With any relief a long way off.
The only way that I think we can get through this is to stay positive and understand that it's not a personal attack on us, and yeah, we will get a house eventually.